recording. It's Kid Catholic season 3, episode 2. I almost said season 2 there. Guys, before we get into today's topic, I want to say thank you again for 1 year of Kid Catholic and for season 3. We again have the new season 3 set. Now, today's topic is the 10 Commandments. So, let's get into it. So, a quick run through of the 10 Commandments. The first commandment is, I am the Lord thy God. You shall not have strange gods before me, which basically means don't put anything before God. The second commandment is, I am the Lord thy God. Do not take the Lord thy God's name in vain. And the third commandment is, keep holy the Lord's day. The fourth commandment is, honor thy father and mother. The fifth commandment is, thou shalt not kill. The sixth commandment is, thou shalt not commit adultery. The seventh commandment is, you shall not steal. The eighth commandment is, you shall not bear false witness. The ninth commandment is, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife. And the 10th commandment is, you shall not covet thy neighbor's goods. Now, when Jesus was here on earth and somebody asked him, what is the most important commandment? And he said the first commandment, which is, you shall not have other gods before me. Now, when you look at it, the 10 Commandments is basic. It's a lot more basic than it seems. For if you obey Commandments 1 through 3, then you will respect God. And the Commandments 1, 2, 3 are about respecting God with, you shall not have other gods before me, you shall not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, and keep holy the Lord's day. Whereas Commandments 4 through 10 are how you treat others and how you respect others. Now, you may just look at the 10 Commandments and see a list of 10 Commandments, and it may seem like it literally states the only sin. For number 1 means don't worship other gods. Number 2 means, you see what I mean? Like number 5, shall not kill. That means don't kill anybody. But there's a lot more to it than that. So many sins fall under these commandments. For example, commandment number 1, when it says, thou shalt not have other gods before me, he doesn't just mean gods. He means things, like your phone, the TV, stuff like that. You shall not put that before God. If you were praying, did the TV take up your prayer time? Did something else take up your prayer time? Did you miss Mass due to something else that you should not put before God? That's what God means when he says the first commandment. He says, don't put anything before me. So, did you miss Mass on Sunday and did you not attend Mass because you had a football game to go to? That is breaking the first commandment. The second commandment, you shall not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. So many other stuff falls under it. Like, did I curse or say a bad word? Did I actually take the name of the Lord thy God in vain? Did I do it to impress someone? Did I do it out of anger? Stuff like that. Did I break a private vow? That falls under the second commandment. It's not just if you say the Lord's name in vain. That's not just the second commandment. It goes so much deeper. And so you can't just look at the 10 Commandments. And if you're doing an examination of conscience at confession, you can't just look at it and go, I haven't worshipped other gods. So, past number 1 commandment. I haven't taken the name of thy Lord's God in vain. But you may have broken a private vow. Or you may have said any other bad word, which would still fall under that list. So you can't just look at the 10 Commandments, take it for only what it says. There's so much more to it. It goes so much deeper. Let me give a few examples for every commandment, like I did for commandment 1 and 2. Commandment number 3, keep holy the Lord's day. That just doesn't mean miss Mass. It means miss Mass, but it also means, did I arrive to Mass late? Did I leave Mass early? Fourth commandment, obey your father and mother. That not only means obey your father and mother, it means obey any superior person who's watching you or taking care of you at that moment. It also means, did you neglect your duties with somebody else? Did you fail to arrive? Did you not do what you were supposed to do with them? Fifth commandment, thou shalt not kill. That not only provides under actually killing someone, but it also goes along with hurting someone, physically harming someone, or intentionally physically harming yourself. Sixth commandment is you shall not commit adultery, and that's about marriage and stuff, and we're Catholic, so let's just skip over that one and move right on to the seventh commandment, which is thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal also falls over if you are a boss and you have employees, not paying them their fair wages, or if you're a kid and you were wasting time at home, or even if you're an adult and you're wasting time at work, or kid at school, or if you're a kid at home, that all also falls under thou shalt not steal. The 8th commandment is you shall not bear false witness against thy neighbor. That also means if you've gossiped, that falls under that sin. Or if you've lied, that also falls under that sin. Now the 9th commandment is thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, and that's also about marriage, so let's once again skip over that one and move on to the final and 10th commandment, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. Now that also falls on being selfish or being jealous of what other people had. So as you can see, there's a lot more to the 10 commandments than just meets the eye. Now there's this great app called iConfess, and if you're doing an examination of conscience before confession, you can look over the app, and it's really cool. It has the 10 commandments. You click on each, and it has a list of sins that fall under that commandment. You can tap on it if you've done that sin. Then once you go to the home screen of the app, there's a little section that you can tap on, and it'll show you all the sins you've done. So when you walk into the confessional, you can confess your sins easier. So that's just a great app to try to help with confession and help with the examination of conscience. And that app also goes to show that there is a lot more to a commandment than meets the eye. And now that the topic is done, do you guys know what it's time for now? It's time for the Saint of the Week. Guys, back at the Saint of the Week set, and today's Saint of the Week is Saint Louise. Now, Saint Louise was born in France, and she wanted to become a nun, but her confessor told her that she should marry. So she married, and after her husband died, she became friends with Saint Vincent de Paul, who became her spiritual advisor. She then helped Saint Vincent de Paul to carry out the mission with the Ladies of Charity, and that charity helped hospitals and helped poor people all over the world. She helped a ton to try to get the Ladies of Charities to spread nationwide all throughout France. And by the time she died, there were 40 houses of the Ladies of Charity. And ever since then, it has spread worldwide. Now, Saint Louise is another one of those who didn't have a big story. She didn't have a huge life. She was just a small town girl from France who wanted to become a nun and who couldn't, but ended up helping in every way she could. And it also, isn't it crazy how so many saints are friends? Like Saint Vincent de Paul and Saint Louise. That goes to show that if you have better people around you, you will be a better person. I'd love to talk more about Saint Louise, but we are running out of time. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video. Please click the red subscribe button down below and the bell next to it if you are not already. Please comment what you think the next saint, who you think the next saint, and what you think the next topic would be. Also, please like my Facebook page at Kid Catholic. That was Kid Catholic Season 3, Episode 2, and I will see you guys next week.